Hello kids, welcome to the Dream Journey. Today we are going to tell a new story about a small lantern who struggled to shine like the others in a tiny village, but soon discover their own unique light. Hopefully this story will put you to sleep well. As the sun begins its slow descent, casting soft hues of pink and gold across the sky, the little village nestled between rolling hills and quiet forests begins to settle into the calm of the evening. The air is cool and gentle, filled with the delicate sounds of evening birds singing their final songs before night falls. Their melodies drift through the air, sweet and soft, like a lullaby to the village. The village is small, peaceful, a place where time moves slowly. The cobbled streets are empty now, save for the occasional rustle of leaves as the wind stirs. Little cottages with thatched roofs line the streets, their windows glowing warmly, filled with the soft light of hearths. Here, everything seems to breathe in harmony with nature, calm and unhurried. In a cozy corner of the village, just beside the path that winds toward the forest, there sits a little lantern. Unlike the others around it, this lantern doesn't burn brightly. Its light flickers softly, like the quiet heartbeat of the village itself. It sits on a wooden shelf beneath a vine-covered trellis, just out of reach of the fading sunlight. The gentle glow of the lantern barely touches the ground below, as if it's unsure of itself, not bold enough to stand out. Its light is faint, but it's there, soft and steady, like a quiet whisper in the fading day. As the last rays of sunlight melt into the horizon, the lantern's glow seems to say, "I'm here, but I don't shine like the others." The evening settles in, and the village, in all its stillness, begins to prepare for the night, its peacefulness wrapping the little lantern in a blanket of calm. As the sun sinks lower, the last traces of pink and gold fade into the vast, deepening blue of night. The village, bathed in the soft colors of dusk, starts to stir in a quieter, more intimate rhythm. The evening birds' songs grow softer, as if the air itself is slowing its breath, preparing for rest. In the cozy corner where the little lantern rests, the sky above grows darker, and a cool breeze sweeps through the village. The first stars begin to twinkle faintly, high above, and the peacefulness of the evening starts to shift. The little lantern, its soft glow barely enough to catch the eye, flickers slightly in the cool air. Its light is a soft whisper, comforting in its own way, but far too gentle to make a noticeable mark on the path. Around it, the other lanterns, placed along the village streets, begin to glow brightly. Their light bursts to life in golden brilliance, filling the village with a warm, welcoming glow. They shine proudly, their beams casting long, steady shadows across the cobblestone paths. The villagers, carrying baskets, walking hand in hand, smile as they pass the glowing lanterns, their faces illuminated by the soft, steady light. They walk with ease, trusting the lanterns to guide their way home. The little lantern watches all of this from its quiet corner, its light flickering ever so faintly. It feels small and unnoticed, its glow swallowed by the brilliance of the lanterns around it. A quiet sadness settles in its tiny frame. "I'm not like them," it thinks. "I don't shine brightly enough." Its soft light seems to pale in comparison to the bold, radiant beams around it. And so, the little lantern, feeling as if it's barely there, flickers in the shadows, longing to be as bright as the others. The night settles deeper into the village, and the other lanterns continue to glow with bright, unwavering light. Their golden beams stretch across the cobbled paths, casting warm shadows that dance along the ground. They sway gently in the breeze, their light filling the village with a quiet confidence, a steady presence that feels powerful and sure. As the little lantern watches from its corner, the other lanterns seem to glow even brighter, casting their light farther and farther across the village. The cool night air stirs their flames, making them swing with pride, their soft hums of light almost like whispers of joy. But then one of the lanterns, hanging just a little higher than the rest, begins to laugh softly. It sways with a playful breeze and calls out, "Look at you, little lantern. You're barely glowing. How will anyone see your light?" The words feel sharp, though spoken in a gentle tone. The others join in, their light swaying in the wind like laughter filling the air. "You're not bright enough," they chime in unison, their voices like soft echoes in the quiet night. The little lantern shrinks back into the shadows of its corner, its glow flickering a little more weakly. The laughter of the other lanterns seems to fill the air, and the village feels colder, quieter. The little lantern can feel the weight of their words, and a sadness washes over it. Feels small, insignificant, like it's not enough. "I'll never be like them," the little lantern thinks quietly to itself. "I can't shine as brightly, and no one will ever see my light." And so, in the shadows it sits, its soft glow barely noticeable, wondering if it will ever find a way to shine as brightly as the others. The little lantern sits quietly in its corner, its glow still faint and flickering. The village, now fully enveloped in the deep blue of night, is calm. The warm golden lights of the other lanterns seem to be fading into the distance, leaving the little lantern in its solitude. It feels heavy, the weight of its inadequacy pressing down with each passing moment. The laughter of the other lanterns still lingers in the air, soft but sharp like distant echoes. But then something changes. A soft breeze, almost imperceptible at first, begins to stir the air. It whispers through the village like a secret, barely making a sound as it passes between the trees and over the cobblestone streets. The cool night air carries with it a feeling of quiet wonder. The breeze gently rustles the leaves of nearby trees, sending them fluttering down to the ground like delicate confetti. The little lantern feels something strange, a gentle pull like a soft invitation. It's as though the wind itself is calling to it, urging it to follow. For a moment, the lantern hesitates, its light flickering weakly as it considers the quiet comfort of staying where it is. But then, the breeze wraps around it, lifting the lantern ever so slightly, as if coaxing it gently to move. A sense of excitement stirs within the little lantern, something it hasn't felt before. It feels lighter, as though the weight of its doubts and fears is slowly lifting. The breeze calls again, this time more clearly, as if whispering, "Come, little lantern, there's more for you to see. Follow me." Without thinking, the little lantern lets itself be carried by the wind, its soft glow shimmering in the cool night. It's as though the lantern is being invited to an adventure, a journey that will lead it far from its quiet corner. And for the first time it feels a spark of hope, its light flickering brighter with the promise of something new. The gentle breeze wraps itself around the little lantern, lifting it softly from its resting place. For a moment, the lantern feels weightless, like a feather being carried on the wind. Its soft glow flickers, as if it is unsure of what is happening, but the pull of the breeze is strong and comforting, like a silent promise of something new. As the lantern begins to rise, the village fades beneath it, its warm golden lights growing smaller and smaller in the distance. The cobblestone streets, the flickering lanterns, the sounds of villagers drifting to their homes. All of it slips away like a dream, leaving only the soft hum of the breeze and the cool embrace of the night air. The lantern feels as though it is floating, untethered, in a vast sea of stars and quiet darkness. The wind carries it higher and higher, its light shimmering against the deep blue sky. The lantern feels lighter than it has ever felt, as if the weight of its doubts and the worries of the village have been left behind. It's a strange, freeing sensation, a release from everything that has held it in place. Up ahead, a quiet hill rises softly from the earth, bathed in the gentle light of the moon. The lantern can see it now, the hilltop bathed in a serene glow, far from the village lights below. The wind guides it toward the hill, and the lantern drifts along, its glow dancing softly in the cool night air. The world below is distant and quiet, and all that remains is the lantern's soft, shimmering light, floating through the peaceful darkness. As it reaches the top of the hill, the lantern feels a sense of calm, as though it has found a place where it can simply be. The village is far behind, and ahead lies something new, something unknown, but for the first time the lantern feels at peace. At last, the little lantern reaches the top of the quiet hill, its gentle glow still flickering in the cool night air. It hovers there for a moment, suspended in the stillness, as if the whole world has stopped to listen. Below, the village is far behind, tucked away in the embrace of the valley, while the hilltop feels like a peaceful world of its own. The lantern rests, taking in the scene around it, the soft grass beneath its frame, the whispering trees swaying in the breeze, and the vast open sky above. The lantern tilts slightly, drawn upward by the majesty of the night. It gazes up at the sky and is instantly awestruck. The stars, brighter and more numerous than it has ever seen before, fill the heavens in a sea of sparkling light. They shine like tiny diamonds scattered across a blanket of deep, velvety blue. Each one seems to have its own soft glow, pulsing gently, as if it is alive, full of secrets and stories. The lantern is captivated by their beauty, its glow growing a little stronger, catching the light of the stars as if trying to mirror their brilliance. "Why are the stars so bright?" the little lantern wonders aloud, its soft voice carried away on the cool wind. The stars, it seems, have no answer, but their light fills the air with a quiet warmth, as if inviting the lantern to share in their mystery. The lantern feels a deep sense of wonder, as though it's standing in the presence of something ancient and magical. It feels small but not lonely, more like a part of something much larger, something full of beauty and infinite possibilities. For the first time, the little lantern realizes that it's not the brightness of its glow that matters. It's the feeling it brings, the calm it spreads, just like the stars above. And in that moment, the lantern is at peace, knowing that it is part of something far greater than itself. The little lantern stands still on the hilltop, its soft glow now steady as it gazes up at the sky. The stars, distant and bright, shimmer like tiny diamonds scattered across the vast, dark canvas above. They twinkle and pulse in a gentle rhythm, casting their light down on the world below. The night air is cool and still, and the only sound is the soft rustling of the wind through the trees, a gentle whisper in the quiet of the hill. The lantern's glow, once faint, now seems to grow stronger as it watches the stars. It is as though the stars themselves are speaking, though no words are spoken aloud. Each star, glowing softly, seems to shimmer a little brighter in response to the lantern's wonder. The light from above feels warm, gentle, and inviting, as though the stars are sharing something with the lantern. A quiet understanding, a connection that needs no words. The lantern tilts its frame upward, entranced by the beauty of the stars. Their glow fills the entire sky, painting the night with sparkling light. It is as if the lantern can see the stars in a new way, not as distant points of light but as living, breathing sparks of energy, each one holding a story of its own. The stars seem to stretch endlessly in every direction, filling the sky with a calm, infinite glow. The little lantern feels a deep sense of peace in this moment. Though the stars remain silent, their shimmering light speaks louder than words ever could. It feels as though the lantern is part of something much larger than itself, a part of the sky, the night, the very essence of light. And in that quiet, magical moment, the lantern understands that it, too, is a part of this vast, beautiful universe, its glow no less important than the stars above. The little lantern stands on the hill, bathed in the quiet, shimmering light of the stars. The night is calm, and for a moment, the lantern feels as if time has slowed, as though the entire world has paused to take in the beauty of the night sky. The stars above continue to twinkle softly, their light filling the darkness with a peaceful, magical glow. The lantern's soft light flickers in response, steady and calm, but still faint in comparison to the brilliance of the stars. As the lantern watches the sky, a gentle breeze stirs the air again, a soft whisper that seems to carry the very essence of the night. The breeze wraps around the lantern, cool and comforting, as though it is speaking directly to the little lantern's heart. "You see, little lantern," the breeze whispers, its voice soft and soothing, "the stars don't try to be like other lights. They simply shine, each in its own way. And so too must you find your way of shining." The words hang in the air, floating on the breeze, and the lantern listens, its glow flickering in thought. The breeze's message is clear, simple, and true. The little lantern doesn't need to shine like the others. It doesn't need to be as bright or bold. The lantern is unique, and its light has its own special place in the world. It doesn't need to compare itself to others or strive for the same brilliance. It simply needs to shine in its own way. A sense of understanding begins to fill the little lantern. Its glow, though soft, is steady and true. And in that moment, the lantern realizes that it doesn't need to change to be important. It only needs to embrace the light it already has, its own quiet, gentle shine. The lantern feels lighter, more at peace with itself, ready to embrace the beauty of its own glow. The little lantern stands quietly on the hill, its soft glow shimmering in the cool night air. The breeze has gone, but its words linger in the lantern's heart like a gentle melody. "You don't need to shine like the others," the breeze had whispered. "You must find your way of shining." The lantern's glow flickers, and for the first time, it feels the weight of those words settling deep inside. The little lantern gazes back up at the stars, their light filling the sky like a sparkling sea, vast and endless. The stars twinkle softly, their quiet glow bathing the world in peaceful light. The lantern, once uncertain of its place, now watches the stars with a new understanding. They don't try to outshine one another. Each one simply shines in its own way, with no need for comparison or competition. The lantern's soft glow begins to brighten, not because it's trying to shine brighter than the others, but because it's realizing something important. It doesn't need to be like the other lanterns in the village. The little lantern doesn't have to blaze with a golden light, casting bold shadows on the ground. No, it can do something different. The lantern begins to reflect the stars' light, like a mirror to their soft, gentle glow. It doesn't try to be anything more than what it is, simply a small light, catching the stars' glow and sharing it with the world below. Its light, though still soft and faint, now carries the stars' quiet beauty, spreading warmth and calm across the hilltop. As the lantern shines, it feels at peace. Its glow may be gentle, but it is enough. In that moment, the little lantern understands. It doesn't need to be loud or bright. It simply needs to reflect the beauty that already exists around it. And in doing so, it shares something special with the world. The little lantern stands on the quiet hilltop, bathed in the soft, shimmering light of the stars above. The night is still, the air cool and crisp, and the world seems to have settled into a peaceful silence. The lantern, now fully understanding its place in the world, closes its tiny glass eyes, taking in a deep, steady breath. It feels lighter than it ever has before, free from the weight of comparison, from the feeling of not being enough. For the first time, the lantern isn't trying to be brighter or bolder. It doesn't feel the pressure to shine like the other lanterns. Instead, it simply takes a moment to be still and quiet, to feel the soft embrace of the night around it. The lantern's heart is full of calm, and in that stillness, it focuses on the stars above. Each twinkle, each spark of light seems to call out to it, inviting the lantern to be part of something larger, something beautiful. As the lantern inhales deeply, it allows its soft glow to grow ever so slightly. The light doesn't burst into brilliance, but instead it shimmers gently like a whisper of light in the night. Slowly, the lantern catches the light of the stars, reflecting their soft glow in its delicate shine. The night air fills with a quiet warmth, as if the lantern is sharing the stars' beauty with the world, in its own way. Its glow may not be as bright as the other lanterns, but there is something comforting in its softness. The light it gives is gentle, like a quiet lullaby that fills the night air, calm and serene. It doesn't need to be loud to be beautiful. The lantern smiles to itself, knowing that its light, though quiet, is enough, and it is shining exactly as it was meant to. The little lantern stands quietly on the hill, its soft glow now steady and warm. The stars above continue to twinkle softly, as though they are watching over the lantern, sharing their light in gentle silence. With each passing moment, the lantern feels a quiet sense of peace washing over it, an understanding that it doesn't need to compete with the world around it, just needs to be. The lantern's glow, once faint and hesitant, now spreads across the hill with a slow and steady warmth. The night, once cool and still, feels a little softer, bathed in the lantern's gentle light. It begins to spread across the grass beneath it, turning the blades of green into a peaceful, silver-blue carpet. The trees around the lantern, tall and graceful, seem to shimmer as the lantern's glow touches them, casting long, soft shadows that stretch across the ground like a quiet dance. The lantern watches in awe as its light touches everything around it: the grass, the trees, the sky. Each piece of the world it touches feels a little warmer, a little softer, as if the lantern's quiet light is offering comfort, like a gentle hug to the earth itself. The wind carries the warmth of the light, brushing against the leaves and making them rustle in a soft, sleepy rhythm. The lantern feels no need to shine brighter, no need to compete with the other lights of the village or the stars above. It realizes that its light, though soft, is just what the world needs in this moment. There is no rush, no need to stand out. It is content with the quiet beauty of its own glow, filling the night with a peaceful warmth that doesn't demand attention but offers comfort nonetheless. In this moment, the little lantern understands fully. Sometimes the most powerful light is the one that shines quietly, softly, spreading warmth and peace wherever it goes. The little lantern stands proudly atop the hill, its soft glow now steady and full of warmth. The stars above continue to shine brightly, their light twinkling in perfect harmony with the lantern's own gentle glow. The night is calm, and everything around the lantern feels wrapped in the peaceful embrace of its quiet light. The breeze rustles the leaves of the trees, carrying the soft warmth from the lantern's glow throughout the hillside. As the lantern's light reflects the twinkling stars, it feels a quiet sense of joy bloom within. It's not a loud, boisterous kind of joy, but a deep, calm happiness, like the satisfaction of knowing that it's found its place in the world. The lantern's light may not be as bright as the others, but it is doing something special. It is offering comfort to the night, bringing a gentle warmth to the quiet hill, and filling the world with peace. The lantern smiles in its own way, its tiny glow shimmering softly as if it is content with the quiet contribution it is making. It doesn't need to compete with the other lanterns. It doesn't need to prove anything. Its light is enough, soft, steady, and full of love. It knows that the stars above, though far away, are shining with it, together in the same night sky. The lantern feels proud, not in a boastful way, but in a quiet, humble understanding that its light has a purpose. It's not the brightest or the loudest, but it is special in its own way. And as it stands there, watching the stars and listening to the wind, the little lantern knows that it has found its own unique way of shining, a way that is both gentle and beautiful. It is content, knowing that the world is a little warmer because of its light. The little lantern stands on the quiet hill, surrounded by the soft glow of its own light. The stars twinkle above, casting their peaceful light across the sky, their presence like a gentle reminder that everything in the world has its place. The lantern's glow, though faint compared to the other lights in the village, feels full of warmth and comfort. It shines steadily, reflecting the stars above in a quiet, beautiful dance of light. The night air is cool, and the wind stirs gently, bringing with it the soft whisper of the breeze. The lantern listens closely, as if waiting for something, a message, a confirmation, or perhaps just a gentle nudge. And then the breeze speaks again, its voice calm and kind, carrying a soft truth that settles deep in the lantern's heart. "You have found your own light," the breeze whispers. "Just like the stars, you are special in your own way." The words hang in the air, soft as a sigh, and the little lantern feels the warmth of the breeze wrap around it like a comforting hug. In that moment it understands. It doesn't need to be like the other lanterns. It doesn't need to burn with the same fierce brilliance. It is enough just as it is. It is special in its own way, just like the stars, each of which shines in its own gentle, quiet manner. The lantern's glow brightens ever so slightly, a soft shimmer that mirrors the stars above. It shines not with the force of a blazing flame, but with a peaceful light that has always been within it. The lantern feels at peace, content with its place in the world. It knows now that it doesn't need to compare itself to others. It simply needs to shine in its own unique way. And so, the little lantern stands there, its glow soft and steady, surrounded by the night, knowing that it has found its own special light. It is proud, not because it is the brightest, but because it shines with its own quiet beauty. As the night deepens, the little lantern sits on the quiet hill, bathed in the soft, shimmering light of the stars above. The cool breeze continues to whisper through the trees, its gentle touch making the leaves rustle like a lullaby. The world around the lantern feels peaceful, as if time itself has slowed to match the calm of the night. The stars, now twinkling brightly in the vast sky, seem to be watching over the little lantern, offering their silent, sparkling comfort. The hilltop, bathed in the soft glow of the lantern's light, feels like the perfect place to be, still, serene, and full of wonder. The lantern, its glow soft and steady, watches the stars with quiet admiration. They shimmer above, each one unique and beautiful in its own way, just like the lantern itself. The little lantern now understands that it doesn't need to be like the others. It is special just as it is. It doesn't need to be the brightest or the loudest. Its light, gentle and soft, is enough to bring warmth and peace to the world around it. The lantern's glow flickers gently, as though it's settling into the peace of the night. The stars twinkle softly above, their light reflected in the lantern's glow. The air is cool and calm, the world peaceful and still. The lantern's tiny light flickers once more, then begins to fade slightly as it prepares to rest. The warmth it shares with the world is now gently fading into the quiet night, as if the lantern is wrapping itself in the comfort of the star's light. Slowly, the lantern closes its tiny glass eyes, letting the soft rhythm of the breeze and the quiet twinkling of the stars lull it to sleep. Its glow remains steady and soft as it drifts off into a peaceful slumber, content and at peace, knowing that it has found its own special way of shining. Good night, little lantern. Your light is enough just the way you are. The little lantern rests quietly on the hilltop, its soft glow still shimmering in the cool night air. The breeze has grown gentler now, as though it too is settling into the peaceful rhythm of the night. The stars above twinkle softly, each one a tiny beacon of light in the vast, quiet sky. The world around the lantern feels still, calm, and full of gentle beauty. The grass beneath it sways softly, the trees standing like quiet sentinels in the cool breeze, and the moon shines down, casting its gentle glow across the hill. The lantern's glow is steady, but it feels lighter now, as if it's ready to rest. The day has passed, the night has deepened, and the lantern has found its place in the world, quiet, peaceful, and content with the gentle light it gives. The stars above seem to whisper their silent encouragement, their light mingling with the lantern's soft glow in a harmony that fills the air with peace. The breeze stirs once more, this time with a softer, more intimate whisper. "Now, little one," it says, its voice like a tender lullaby. "It's time for you to close your eyes and let the soft light of dreams carry you away, just as you carry the star's light." The lantern's glow flickers gently, as if acknowledging the breeze's words. It's time to rest, time to let the quiet beauty of the night take over. The lantern slowly closes its tiny glass eyes, feeling a deep sense of peace wash over it. The soft, cool night wraps around it like a blanket, and the stars above seem to smile down, their light a quiet comfort. "Sleep peacefully," the breeze whispers, knowing that your light, too, shines in its own special way. With a final soft shimmer, the little lantern drifts off to sleep, still glowing ever so softly. The world is quiet, and all is right, as the lantern's light continues to reflect the star's beauty, peacefully shining in its own quiet, special way. Good night, little lantern. You have found your place in the world. The little lantern rests quietly on the hilltop, its soft, steady glow casting a gentle warmth across the grass beneath it. The night has fully settled now, the world wrapped in the peaceful embrace of sleep. The stars above twinkle softly, their light reflecting in the lantern's glow, creating a beautiful dance of light and shadow. The cool night air whispers softly, a lullaby for the lantern as it slowly drifts into a peaceful slumber. The world around the lantern feels serene, like a moment frozen in time. The trees, their leaves shimmering faintly in the breeze, stand tall and quiet. The sky above is deep and endless, a sea of stars scattered across its vastness, like tiny diamonds twinkling in the night. The moon shines gently, its soft light casting a peaceful glow on the hill. Everything is calm, everything is still. The little lantern, now fully at rest, closes its tiny glass eyes. Its glow flickers once more, soft and warm, like the last whisper of light before sleep takes over. The lantern's heart, once filled with uncertainty, now feels light and content. It has found its place, its purpose, and with that understanding, it is ready to rest. The stars above seem to shine a little brighter, watching over the lantern, guiding it into sweet dreams. "Good night, little one," the breeze whispers softly, its voice tender and loving. "Let your light shine brightly in your dreams, as it does in your heart." The lantern's glow, gentle and steady, lingers for a moment longer, reflecting the soft light of the stars. And then, in the quiet of the night, the little lantern drifts peacefully into sleep, knowing that its light, though soft, is enough. The world is quiet, and all is well. Good night, little lantern. Sleep peacefully, for you are special just the way you are.